Kevin, you were there last night at the election watch party with now President-elect Nawrocki. Tell us a little bit, give us a little bit about the color. How did it sound that night? The election results kept coming in, and these late breaking polls, really made it seem as though this guy, who everybody had counted out, suddenly had the wind behind his sails, and the hope of a nation really pushing him into and eventually giving him the presidency of Poland. Describe the night there at the election party.
Well, I will say, you talked about it, the hope of the nation. It has this very eternal flame, not unlike JFK and his legacy. But yeah, so I say that because I was at the election party, and the video's playing there when I got to meet him on his way. But so it seemed, because nobody participated, not nobody, but Polish citizens were a bit reluctant to participate in the exit polls. So we didn't really have anything to go off of. And granted, they are paper ballots, much less population than the United States. But yeah, honestly, the color, the energy was kind of blue, I will say. But inside is the eternal flame. And the Polish people never give up their hope and faith in their country. And it just continues on into the night, into the day. And around 3 a.m., I was hanging out with the campaign workers at a private residence, and they were like, "Listen, we got this."
Listen to Kev. Listen, wait. Hold on, folks. Kev's like, around 3 a.m., I'm hanging out with some campaign folks at a private residence. All right, Kev. No. I'm not gonna blow you up here on international TV.
Well,
folks,
yeah,
I think Kevin Posobiec might have a little bit of an ulterior motive to being over in Poland. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Warsaw is a bit more of a liberal city, so they heard us clanking around and moving the chairs, so they were like, "We got to get these patriots out of here. This is ridiculous for a Sunday night." But yeah,
well, look, I mean, this is a huge deal.
I got to interview. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got to interview a bunch of the MPs at this election party. You could see that on my Twitter feed, and one in particular, her name was Maya. She's advocating very much for the women's vote, and just younger women. It's awesome to see how much Poland has embraced the American pattern towards these campaigns.
Well, Kevin, in some ways, and I understand, of course, that the election polls, the exit polls, will still be coming out. I'd love to dig through some more of the data in terms of demography there. But are you seeing a rightward shift among the youth, like we're seeing in the United States with Gen Z, and where we're starting to actually see some voters in the youth side turn out more for the right-wing candidate and actually make a break with the left? Are you seeing that as well? You said you were just doing some interviews.
I do. And so you can see on the map, it's still the cities, towards Berlin. They fell more towards Tchaikovsky, but then, the cities are still blue, quote unquote, liberal. But also, I mean, where we're from, there you go. That's the one with Lizhaisk. That's, rural, blue collar Poland, southeast. That's, very, very much for Nawrocki. And like I said, Warsaw is pretty liberal. I did go out on Saturday night, and it was just not a lot of madness, but a lot of people partying, and they were not in the spirit to really answer. But that's also because Poland has the election silence, and that was on my previous broadcast about many people were not even able to rally or have campaigns 2 days before the second round on Sunday. So
yeah, the way they do that is so weird. Where you have to, they call it the election silence, where it's basically this way that to believe that that you've got to not be able to talk about the election. Kev, we have a quick break coming up, but people, I want to get into, Kev and I are joking around a little bit about just being Polish, but I mean, the amount of corporate money that was put into this election, the right had no money whatsoever. It was all self-funded. The other side, they've got the corporations, they've got German money coming in, international money, the money of Brussels, the money of Soros. literally Soros Jr. flies in. They brought Obama in. They brought Ann Applebaum in. They brought Francis Fukuyama himself in. Huma Abedin. And guess what? You all lost. Every single one of the globalists went down in flames as Polish patriots held the line yesterday in Warsaw.